Hi everyone, we are finally back from Japan and in the midst of unpacking, as you can tell, but hey, eyes up here. I have a bunch of stuff to show you. I feel like I didn't realize how much stuff I got until I got to global entry. The conversation sort of went, what do you have to claim? A lot of cosmetics and various amounts of other things. And how much did you spend on these things? A lot, but no regrets. Who knows if we'll ever be back in Japan again. And we tried to purchase things that I know we'd use and things that were already on our list anyways. We're not a huge fan of souvenirs and like random knickknacks because we move around every 3 years and it's just like a lot to keep up with. So all of these things are very useful to us and we thought a lot about. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lily, and I am what you call an anxious traveler. I like to know all of the things before I actually go, and so this channel is to support you in your travels. If you feel the same way, I want to be as detailed so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. If you resonate with that, subscribe, and we'll keep this party going. Ah! Oh my God! I thought that would have been a lot different than that was, but I thought in the spirit of a Japan haul, have this, I would drink this lychee. I have some regrets. Still good though. First off, let's talk a little bit why it's so appealing to purchase things in Japan. So right now, until the end of the year, you can go into a lot of different stores and shop all you want. And as long as you show them your passport, you get that purchase tax-free. And usually there is a minimum around 5,500 yen, but that's all changing next year. So if you're planning on going to Japan by the end of the year, kudos to you. You are going to be shopping tax-free a lot, but they're changing this policy because a lot of people are opening up their tax-free items that they've purchased before they actually leave Japan. The intent of the duty-free, tax-free purchases within Japan is so you take them out of the country, but because a lot of people are opening them within Japan, they're changing it in 2026. As usual, some tourists ruin it for everybody. There are these huge chain stores. I will list a few right here. This is like a one-stop shop. They are going to know everything that you want that tourists usually get in Japan, from stationery to cosmetics to skincare to different kinds of foods. All of the most popular things they are going to have in these stores. They're huge, they're honestly a little bit overwhelming, and they're really, really busy. But the best part of these options are you just have to stop there once. You get everything that you need if you're short on time, or if you like that kind of, very intense outlet sort of energy, that is going to be it for you. There is a super popular one that I cannot pronounce the full name of, but a lot of people call it Donkey. And I did end up going to that one. Like I said, it was really convenient because a lot of the stuff that I couldn't find in other stores, I found there. It is discounted, it is tax-free, but it's kind of like if a department store had a baby with like a thrift store, had a baby with just a lot of different tourists. I mean, you know what I mean. It's just really, really busy in there, but I think it is worth it if you were short on time. First thing I got in Japan was actually this suitcase. If you don't know, I feel like this is TikTok famous, but a lot of tourists, when they end up going to Japan, may overbuy or not plan properly for their baggage, so they're forced to buy a suitcase. And so this company has that market figured out. This is Ginza Karen, and they sell pretty high quality suitcases at a very, very good price. I got this huge suitcase for $50, which is unheard of. Like in the US, to get this big of a luggage for $50 at this high quality is pretty wild. So if you are looking for a brand that sells large suitcases that won't break when you first use them at the airport, look into Ginza Karen. It's awesome. So we have a mix of dirty clothes and souvenirs. So for the sake of you, I'm going to sort everything and then I'll show you the things that we actually bought. For cosmetics specifically, all of the cosmetics that I personally purchased were drugstore cosmetics. There are some higher line cosmetics that you could look into, but for me, because this was my first time there and I'm also shopping on a bit of a budget, the drugstore stuff is amazing. It's a lot better than a lot of American skincare, so why spend more money than I have to? So I'm gonna be showing you a lot of those today. Those are in a lot of the discount stores that I just mentioned, but there's also cosmetic specific stores if you're looking for that. And I'll share with you a little bit later on why that might be beneficial for you. So first, SPF. Japan has SPF locked down. If you feel like SPF is like super gooey on your face or it has like a weird smell or you're just like unsatisfied, you need to try Japanese SPF. And these two drugstore ones that I purchased are the most highly rated. The first is by Anisa. This sunscreen is known for its resilience in water, and it gives a matte, almost like milky, obviously in the name, texture. This is not coming off. Once you put it on, it is not coming off. This is great for me, and I am so excited for this because I have somewhat oily skin, and usually when I put on sunscreen, it leaks in my face if I am doing something active. So this is a great skincare to try if you have the same exact problem. The next one that I got is Biore UV Aqua Rich Water Essence. This SPF is also amazing for oily skin. It basically feels like you have no sunscreen on, which is so rare for American sunscreens. It's gonna feel like you're just putting on a moisturizer, which I think is ultimately what we all want in sunscreen. Here's all of the different skin masks that I ended up getting, and they're all sort of cult classics. People have really amazing reviews for them online, great for moisturizing and that kind of final step of your skincare routine. I also got some face washes, specifically ones that were geared towards, again, more oily skin. I did find that the clay specific one dries out your skin a bit, but for me, it sort of works and makes my skin feel pretty good. For night cream, I got another cult classic that locks in moisture. It's fragrance free and extremely gentle on the skin. I also got this eye cream because I ran out and needed some more, and this is another cult classic that makes your eyes super soft, hydrated, and keeps you young looking. For the two-step like washing process, I've been using like an oil and then a more like strip everything sort of wash. But I wanna switch over to a balm because when I travel, it's really, you can't travel with oil. Like I don't want that to spill all over my luggage. So I ended up getting these. One is a travel size, and then I also got a bigger size that I can use at home. I also got a toner. This is Hydro Labo, and it's also fragrance free.
Okay, very quick side note, because I'm editing this like weeks after I made this video, and I've actually had a chance to use this product. It is incredible. I don't know what's in it. I use it at night and it makes my skin absorb so much more moisture than it usually does. It's incredible. Please buy it. Okay, unpause.
Before I move on to our next category, something that I do want to call out about Japanese skincare is a lot of it is fragrance free. I think that Japan definitely is ahead of the curve in terms of making things fragrance free, which I think is generally better for you anyways. A lot of their items were 100% fragrance free, which I really, really appreciated. So for makeup, I actually don't wear that much makeup. So the things that I got were pretty minimal, but things that I knew I was going to use. This is a incredible mascara that's supposed to hold and only be able to get washed off by face wash. I literally didn't look at any reviews for this, but I needed a new brow gel, and so I got this. Hopefully it's good, probably will be. I am always having little strayaways. I don't know if you can, look at that. Do you see that? Strayaways. But these are the best hair products to use for that. So there's this guy, which holds everything in place. It is not going to move. I'm really excited to try this for slicked back hair looks. Another one that is excellently reviewed is this comb, because you are never going to see these suckers again. Okay, since we're already on hair, this is a hair mask that I am very excited to use. My hair gets so dry, and this is apparently really great for rehydrating and keeping your hair healthy. Before you even step foot in a cosmetic store, let me just tell you, it's a little bit overwhelming. I think that for some reason, like I expected there to be a Japanese name and then English. And then so I wouldn't have to like figure it out on my Google Translate and it would be really easy. It's not. The stores are often crowded. Everybody wants Japanese skincare. And also it's all in Japanese, no translations. You're not gonna know what is going on. Here are some tips on how to prepare before you get there. So one, you could go into it super prepared, do your research, screenshot all the products that you want to get ahead of time. And then when you go into the store, you can find them really easily. I did not do that. When I was in the store, that's sort of what I did. I researched what items I knew that I wanted for my skin type, and then I went and found it. And if I couldn't find it, I asked a store associate, and that was very, very helpful. So the benefit of going to a cosmetic specific store instead of a big department store that I mentioned before, or even a drugstore, is that the people who are working there are just like not as helpful. I feel at cosmetic stores, when I asked, hey, do you have this? They were like immediately knew where to go. Versus when I asked at a drugstore or even a bigger like sort of department discount store, they were like, or like they just were like, no, and then went off and did their own thing instead of giving me like an alternative that would work. So highly recommend, if you need more direction or support, I would go to a cosmetic store. Another great thing about cosmetic stores, and even like the bigger discount stores, is that there is a section that's like, these are our favorite things. These are the things that you're looking for. Basically, what is like the most popular that a lot of people want, they put right in front and they're like, recommended, recommended. And that is so helpful if you're not doing like any research ahead of time and you just wanna like pick out whatever. That is what I would do. Go to this cosmetic or discount stores and just go into that recommended section. If you're thinking about another store that you can go to that you can get affordable, maybe gifts for coworkers or gifts for people that you're like, I want them to see that I bought this in Japan and it's really cool and they're not gonna get it for anywhere else, but I'm on a super budget. You wanna go to a store called Syria. It is great. It's basically a dollar store, but not dollar store because it's like 100 yen and I think that's less than $1. I ended up getting really thin pens and highlighters that are made in Japan. I feel like people love pens, like the pens that are made in Japan are very high quality, so great place to go if you're on a budget. I got some like random toiletry things that I needed. I also got cute stationery. They have washi tape that matches the stationery. Buy one or two bigger price items and then fill it out with like some of these smaller items that are still made in Japan and are really great gifts to get, but don't cost you a lot of money. Another thing that people love that you could only get in Japan that are great for gifts are Kit Kats. Honestly, I'm gonna eat a bunch of Kit Kats later, but I'm also going to give them to people as gifts. We ended up getting this beautiful matcha bowl while we were there. We are starting to get more into matcha, says every person that ever went to Japan. But we are getting more into matcha and we really wanted a bowl that we can exclusively just mix matcha in and not a random bowl like Hooligans. Another thing that we got was a Japanese knife. The quality, workmanship, and just the sharpness of Japanese knives are incredible. So this is something that we went into our trip knowing that we wanted to get. I feel like I'm gonna show you and cut myself, but know that I'm doing this for you. Look at her, so sharp. Wha-bam, so beautiful. I hope that this was helpful to you. I'm going to be talking more about how we plan for Japan, our do's and don'ts, and maybe our regrets from the trip so you don't make them too. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining.